Hi, Kyle. I'm an aspiring healer and light worker. I want to take off the word aspiring, even though it has a great level of humility, which is great. I just want to make sure you're not putting yourself in a position to always not just be there and be doing it. I never once said I was an aspiring stand-up comic. And even though I'm a white belt and brand new at it, I sure don't say I'm an aspiring jujitsu guy. I do jujitsu. There's other people with 20 years and I have not as much, but I noticed that when I was a kid and I said stand-up comedian, people would say to me, one day you're going to be famous. And I was so annoyed because I'm like, I am famous. I do the school assemblies. I do stand-up on public access. I do open mics. Show me another 12-year-old doing an open mic. I am a comic, and I never once thought of myself as going to be. This is really big because I notice the people that are aspiring often aspire for the rest of their lives and aren't it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the universe just mirrors what you are now. So I never said going to be a comedian, ever. I never said that. I never said I will one day be a comedian. In fact, I never, ever, ever thought of myself as one day I'll be on TV. I was basking in how big I was getting at 12, doing public access shows, open mics, and the school assemblies. I thought of myself as very successful then. And I never thought it would be bigger that ever. In fact, I was oblivious to later. I was always basking in that I do stand up. So this is really big because there is a beautiful humility and aspiring, and I understand that. And I actually guess I do need that to understand that, because if you say healer and light worker, and it is something you want to do one day, it helps me understand the difference between if you've been doing it for 20 years. But I just want to offer you to undo that word from yourself, because you are a healer and light worker, and you will get better so much faster seeing yourself as there than it's on the way, right? I will be rich is a person that always will be rich. Do you get what I'm saying? That always will be rich. I will be successful is always a person that always will be successful. I will be free as a person that just unfreed themselves. You feel that? So gonna be is a weird thing, because to the universe, you're only now. So how do I build on later? I just keep practicing later. I just keep being later, right? So you are in an amazing relationship, even if you're single. It just might be with God, but I want you to picture that you're together, or I'm like, make the end point what you are now, right? And then watch how much faster the external mirrors the difference between a person who's a healer and light worker and an aspiring one. The next thing says, I'm hesitating over and over again on moving forward. Well, yeah, because that would be death to your aspirer, right? It would kill the story of I'm an aspiring healer, right? That would be death for you to move forward. So you'd have to lose aspiring. Do you see that? If you move forward, then you're no longer aspiring. And I think from what I've read so far, you have a pattern of preparing as a way to not be, right? You have a pattern of getting ready to as a way to not do, right? And so and by the way, I am hesitating over and over again on moving forward. What's forward? Right? So Freya says, yes, it ties with the struggles of feeling worthy. So I don't even know what forward is, because that's future, which doesn't exist. You're only now, right? But I see this, I would say, instead of receiving now versus moving forward, you're picturing yourself doing this, but you're now, and forward is just trying to show up in your now. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't, like the way we drive a car, it goes from A to B, but time doesn't exist. So the car's just parked and the world's trying to show up at you. Do you see the difference? Your car's just parked and the world's trying to show up at you. But when you go, I got to move forward, you're pushing the world away. You're going, it's over there. It's over there. I'm scared to move forward. You're creating a timeline that says it's over there. The world's already trying to show up now for you, but your control goes, it's over there. But you can't drive a car forward because you'd have to leave the now. And so you can't ever drive a car forward because there is no forward. There's only now. So right now, instead of you moving forward into a world that would push you away from the now, you receive in the now that you are a healer and a light worker. And that will transcend the old patterns of worthiness, right? The old patterns of worthiness and unworthiness are sitting in the body. And if you receive the forward that's trying to show up in your now, they will be pushed out. Do you feel that? Deep breath in. Receive that you're there, and that will kill your patterns of unworthiness. Your patterns of unworthiness only exist because you haven't received the abundance that's trying to show up. You are a healer and light worker. And you receive that you are right now, and watch as that would have to kill any pattern of unworthiness. So there's no work to be done. You don't get over a pattern of unworthiness. You receive that you are a magical, powerful, successful healer and light worker, not as a job, but as an existence. Did you get that too? Let's undo the linear timeline of a job. I'm not saying you don't get paid for it. I'm saying don't shove I'm a light worker and healer into the category of career. Make it you. Like imagine if I'm like, what do I want to be for a living right now? Do you think I'm put into a box of what do I want to be for a living in this? It's like, what am I? It pays the bills as a byproduct, but I'm not even shoving I'm a healer and a light worker. You would have to have been thinking of healer and a light worker as a career versus an identity to say the word aspiring. Because if you are a healer, naturally, you were born that way. Maybe she was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. And light worker too. You are light. I would take out the word worker. You are light and you are a healer. Right? Take out aspiring, take out worker. You are light. People need your light. You know what needs your light the most? The unworthiness pattern. The pattern of unworthiness needs your light first. Right? So first we receive the light of abundance, and then any pattern in your body that says I am not worthy needs the light. Right? Until then, your aspiring healer and light worker job is too small for what you are. So we don't even have the job of shining the light on the healer and the light worker. We don't have that job. You just receive it, and the now can hold space for the unworthy, right? One thing that it says coming up, it says, mostly I worry that I'm so not fully healed. No. You're using out of your fear of receiving what you are. Okay. You have a fear of receiving what you are. And your excuse is there's something to be done before I can receive the abundance of what I am. Did you catch that? Right? And I need to keep a goal over there so that I do not have to receive the abundance and magic that I fully am. And if I keep the goal over there, that it's when I'm finally all the way healed, or whatever other sentence you come up with, then I don't have to be in the now, and I don't have to receive the effortless, magical thing that I am that will kill my entire childhood small story that says that I am unworthy. Right? You're unconsciously, literally pushing away the freedom of what you are as an excuse to stay in your small story, right? And life is also really cool. It goes, hey, before you do this on others, before you start to do this work on others, let's heal that in you, because you cannot heal people past your level. So you will only have clients that have a level of unworthiness or lower, and you won't be able to heal them from their unworthiness because you're still keeping your unworthiness there. And you also won't even receive them because you don't feel worthy of them, right? So we undo that. You cannot heal people past your level. Do you understand that? You cannot heal people past what you're at, right? So if you have a big unconscious pattern of unworthiness, or a pattern of unworthiness that's conscious, but you keep pushed away, you're going to be capped at the level of healing you can do, right? And so this is why your first job is to become now and undo that it's forward and later, moving forward, aspiring. How does light and a healer, your problem is you're creating a timeline when you're just light, which doesn't have time, right? No timelines anymore, right? You are light. No more aspiring, no more forward, no more moving forward. You're there, but you will have to allow the false you to fall apart in your there-ness, right? You let the now do it. No more strategy. Light and healing has a hard time with strategy because it pushes you away from the light that you are. It's over there, right? So congrats on your grappling with a timeline, and you're moving into oneness, and you're moving into a magical place, and you are healed and light. You are healed. Do you receive that? What do you think about that? You're healed. Not we have to heal. You're healed. Do you receive that, Freya? I don't know how to pronounce it. Freya, right? You're healed. But that's going to make egos mad. You're all healed, but egos are really pissed about that. No, I'm not, because if I'm healed, then I have no problems to fix. Oh, trust me, there will be amazing new things that happen. You will still grow. You'll still go through challenges, but you're going to have less of a challenge and a much freer life. Starting with I'm healed, and then letting the patterns that believe they're not alchemize within the healing that you are. This is big, right? Oh, my ego's enjoying the comments that are liking tonight's call. But I love this question. This is big. You are healed. So there's no more aspiring. You're not an aspiring healer. No one here is starting to and one day will. I mean, I'm starting jujitsu, I get it, but I do jujitsu. My skill level is a byproduct of whatever. But it'll be faster if I'm like, I do jujitsu versus I'm aspiring. I'll always see it as over there. In fact, I'll probably not show up if I'm aspiring, right? Aspiring is an excuse, isn't it? I can't move forward is an excuse, isn't it? How interesting is it? How does that, first of all, how do you feel, Freya? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Because I'm scared, it says, I'm scared AF. What if I say your pattern is not you? What if you just go, always, it's the pattern that's scared? Always. Can you handle that? It's the pattern that's scared. Just so you know, none of you are scared of anything. Ooh, can you feel that? It's the pattern that's scared. Only. It says there's another part of me that can't freaking wait to do it. Awesome. What if I said to you, just to take it deeper, that's great. We'll take that pattern. It's still a pattern. There's another part of me. It says there's another part of me that can't freaking wait to do it. That's also a pattern because it says can't wait to do it. So it's using time. You are light. You are healed. you're there. It can't wait for now, right? So the can't wait usually is the fix to scared, right? It needs to show up to counterbalance the scared. I got one thing that's scared, can't wait. And now, right? So Freya, you are light. You are healed. And patterns are going to freak out because you just became God's kid when you decide to receive that versus the patterns of your parents' ego's kid, right? So we did it. Hey, that question was from a Wednesday night call on our Absolutely Everything Pass. Just so you know, we are now entering our 5th year of doing the Absolutely Everything Pass, and it has become so magical and so big. And I am now doing 12 live calls a month, and there are several other calls that the team is also doing too. And there's over 1,000 hours of backlog content. So if you want to ask a question like Freya did, or if you want to be in the hot seat, or you want to see our other content on anything else, on money, on entrepreneurship, on relationships, everything, join us on the Absolutely Everything Pass. Remember, it was $7.95 for 1 year, but right now for the summer, we're doing it for $2.99. When you type in the promo code WATER, the price will drop from $795 to $2.99 for 1 entire year of the Absolutely Everything Pass. Type in WATER and watch it change. And don't aspire to be a member of the Absolutely Everything Pass. Don't aspire to make change. Don't decide that pretty soon you will make change, because there is no future. Join us right now and be someone who is changing. Join us right now. It'll pay for itself over and over and over again. See you there.